Well, salutations, kindred spirits. Look at what I'm doing, plugging around the Texas Association of Magicians website. I met this gentleman at the recent Society of American Magicians convention, and Dick Olson asked me to do a little video or two to talk about this event we have coming up this Labor Day weekend. That's in a couple weeks in Houston, Texas. It's the Texas Association of Magicians conventions, and last night I was kind of putting some things together for this episode, and I had a kindred spirit ringing me up, and it happened to be one of the not just one of, but the chairman for this event, the Texas Association. Jamie Salinas is the convention chairman, and he's here today. He's going to talk to us about what's going on. We put together a little skit, and yeah, that's going to happen. We'll talk about it for about 30 minutes, but hey, if you don't have 30 minutes, this is what the this is what the TAOM is. It's about 2 weeks away. I'll be loading up the car, bringing the wife. We're going to Texas, and I'll be saying hello to this man in person. Let me introduce you to him. Internet, welcome Jamie Salinas to the show.
What's going on, Doug? Great to see you again.
Jamie, thank you so much for carving some time out to be with us here today. And let me take a minute to put a few pretty things on screen. I don't normally do this, but look how semi-professional I am today, as we are here to talk about the TAOM. Before I do this, let's meet Jamie Salinas first. Like, we've had a chance to talk for a bit, but can we learn a little bit about who you are and what you do in the world of magic?
Sure. Well, first of all, I've been performing for a little over 35 years now, quite some time. That's with the gray, been in the business for a while. So I got really lucky early on in my career. No kidding. My first private performance, paid performance, was working a private party for Harry Anderson. You have Night Court. Yes. And then
Harry's like one of my, not one of, he's the reason.
You didn't know this?
No, tell me this. You got to stop and tell me the story.
So I'm table hopping for about 6 or 8 months, brand new, with my invisible deck, hopping halves, basic magic from a magic shop.
Hey, and some of us still use that invisible deck.
Oh, of course, I do too. A better presentation, but of course.
Yes.
But this lady asked me for a business card, and she says they're having a party for this guy, and the night before his big event, and they don't want people to ask him to perform, so they're going to hire me to perform. And it turned out to be Harry Anderson. And then, wait to hear this, he's performing at I think a 2,000-seat theater, and then Harry says, "Hey, would you like to open for me tomorrow night?" And I did.
Wow.
Yeah, he said, do 5-10 minutes, whatever you want to do. And I did like 2 or 3 effects, and it was fantastic. It went great and boosted my confidence incredibly. And then I think 6 months later, I'm working at Magic Island, and I worked there for 12 years.
Magic Island. I'm sure I saw you there, man. Would you would have been there in the early 90s? Is that right?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Yeah. So I would visit. I lived in Lake Charles for a couple years, and I would get over there, do some gigs occasionally, and got to see that wonderful place. And yeah, buddy, man, there's rumors that it was coming back one day. Are those rumors still circulating?
For a while, I did not believe the rumors of it re-emerging like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It literally had a fire. Hurricane Ike damaged the roof. And basically, the owner battled with the insurance company for many years, and everything was settled. And they partnered with a poker club, and they were going to open the bottom floor
to be one of those poker places. Yes.
And then the top floor would be magic, and that way Monday through Wednesday, the Sunday through Wednesday, rather the off night.
Sense.
Poker, yes. And then they changed the rules in Texas on how that worked, and they backed out, and that's when everything stopped. construction wise and everything else. The owner's
Man.
pretty up there in age, even older than me, older,
Yeah.
I guess, you know. And
So
so I suspect the building is going to be there, and his children are going to fight over it in his when he passes on, is what I expect. Prime real estate. So
yeah.
that's where we are today.
Yeah. If those of you not aware what Magic Island was, it was like a Magic Castle experience. They had close-up rooms, stage magic, psychic areas, bars and restaurants, and they had a faux gaming area. Even when I would visit, they'd have like blackjack tables and things going on.
Yes.
Totals. And I know they do
That
have
was a
card
fun
rooms
place.
in Texas. Man, it's
Yeah, yeah. So it was a
if
fun
that
place.
had opened and that was the business model, I would have fought tooth and nail to get in that place because I love both those things. I am a
Oh
poker
yeah.
guy.
I was living the dream. I just didn't know how good I had it back then.
No doubt, man. You were there. You were in it. So yeah.
I was in it when we had Jack Goldfinger, we had John
Scott
Chirac, we had
Hollingsworth. Was he
Scott
running
Hollingsworth
the-
was the entertainment director. We even had Lance Burton come through. I mean, we had pretty
Chip
much
Romero
everybody.
used to run in there. He'll be at the
Chip
TAOM.
Romero, yeah. Chip is a big part of our convention. Chip was a great cruise ship performer and headlined Magic Island for many years.
Yep. Man, good times, good times.
Those were
It's
the
nice
days.
to see venues like this opening up around the country. So there are other places popping up, and I guess we could reminisce and lollygag and talk about all this stuff. Before we get on to the convention, let me ask you a little bit about what you're doing currently, because I poked around your links today. I saw your YouTube channel, which is really cool. I saw like you were doing the Art of Magic, top-notch production stuff, and we talked a little bit. It's a lot of work for not a lot of effort, and it's a grind to keep these things going. But I'm going to encourage my viewers to go check out this Art of Magic stuff. I linked it up in the description. You're not doing that currently, but you are doing things online right now. Will you talk about that?
Kind of. Well, the Art of Magic, my whole conception was, hey, I'm going to give back to the community. I'm going to share, like, for example, my very first episode was pet peeves. And my biggest pet peeve is when I see a performer pull out a deck of cards and they lick their fingers and hey, I don't want your DNA. And then COVID hit, and now I really don't want your DNA.
Yeah,
so, and you see performers over 40 years old doing this all the time because our hands get dry. And they lick their fingers without even thinking about it anymore.
Yeah, it's practical information for serious magicians. Y'all go check that out.
Sure. And my second favorite episode was about this was kind of funny. You'll find this funny. I actually got a hate email from this one.
You don't say hate on the internet? Does that really happen?
Well, I talked about going to Lake Charles. I went on a trip to see the clairvoyance, and I said, hey, you're going to a magic themed show. Why not go early? Bring your stuff, perform in the lobby, get a big crowd. People there love magic. So why not perform for them before the show starts? When you're in the theater, talk loud. You're an expert. Point out the mistakes because you are a top-notch professional. And then when the show's over, go to the front of the line, cut in front of everybody because you're an insider. Of course, I was telling you all the things not to do.
Was that sarcasm?
Yes, it was but a few people turned off the video at that point and sent me hate email thinking I was serious.
Oh, yeah.
But the whole idea was you don't do any of that. So anyway, I thought it was pretty funny.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to encourage you to return to these endeavors because your work is good. And I always say these days, YouTube needs more good teaching on the platform. This is where all the students learn these days. We like to send them to books and DVDs and stuff, but most novices come here on the platform. So if you can get back behind that camera, you'd be doing the students a service.
Well, and I may do that because some of the things I've done is I still produce videos, but much lower production value or production, less bells and whistles, so to speak.
Yeah.
None of the graphics of music and that kind of thing. I have a private Facebook group and I share more information there. And I have an online shop. So I tell you more about the products because it's a private group and it's not out in the public like YouTube is. So I give
this is a great service too in a modern era where we have the the glut of new products to have someone vetting this stuff and giving the purchaser some quality information.
Right. I mean, there's so many new products come out. All the videos are flashy and new. I'm not going to show you the face of this one, but here's a flashy new product. Hey,
oh,
don't sell it.
I wanted to focus you there. Oh no, wait, maybe not. No,
No,
let's
no, I
not.
didn't want to
Let's.
show what
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was
I'm going
gonna
to
like, let's see it.
cover the thing.
Yeah,
But then I have
I've got a whole
stuff that I
pile of
do
that
love.
over here. If you want, I got a pile of
Yeah,
those things.
here's stuff that I do love. This was
Yeah,
for Magic
yeah.
Live.
What do you love?
This is this is something I probably won't be able to sell because I just don't have access to purchase it. But it's called Emergence by Tim Hill. What this is a tiny deck of cards or a device that goes in a card box. It shoots a coin out for a coin to cross. So you get that audible clink into the glass.
Ooh.
$200 remote control. This is pretty awesome. I bought this. My money. I paid cash, and I mean, this I love it because I love magic like you. But I could tell
like fun.
my viewers what's good.
How was we'll segue into Magic Convention talk. How was Magic Live? Did you have a great time? This is the big convention in Vegas. 1,500 magicians.
My second time to go. I love it. The first time, what I loved the most was because I worked a dinner theater and I saw these performers come. I hadn't seen them in years, and because everybody's in one place, I got to see everybody. And the same with this time around. I saw some people that I hadn't seen in 30 years. Carrie Pollock.
I think everyone was there except Doug Kahn. I was the only one not there.
David Blaine wasn't there either. So you two.
Well, he was here actually. He was on the couch
big
for
guys. Well, there you go.
It was just look, I did SAM 2 weeks ago, and I'm in Houston with you guys in 2 weeks, and to do that in the middle, and then I got Tricks. I'm doing Scott Robinson's Wonder. I'm just attending that one in November. Like one too many, and Vegas just ain't cheap. That's not a gimme trip, right? Because
right. Oh, I spent several $1,000s, but
yeah,
I did buy a couple of I bought a Pro Mystic item too. When you talk Pro Mystic, we're talking
licking the chops.
We're talking pull your credit cards out, So yeah. But I love performing, and I'm a children's performer. I'm a close-up strolling magic performer. Let's
start here. You said you're going to be doing a lecture. I'm gonna let's share the website over here. Let me see if I can get this right. Go back. That's not it. This is it. So TAOM, you're going to be sharing some of your professional information in one of the learning experiences. We have lectures that we're doing at this thing where magicians present their information. I'm assuming some of the people watching this video today don't know what goes on at a magic convention. Where are you on this schedule, sir?
Well, first of all, we are jam-packed.
No joke, you are.
Jam-packed. I mean, we're starting at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and going till 1 o'clock in the morning every night, pretty much. So it's full. But some people come early on Fridays. Some people work, have a day job, and they come after work. I'm early on Friday, so myself and David Rangel are the bonus lectures. So
David and Jake. I can't wait to meet them.
Yeah, they'd had a Penguin live lecture, and so if you come in early, you get to see our 2 lectures on Friday afternoon. And it's before the convention really gets cooking, and of course you're going to lecture, and I'm looking forward to that.
Look, I'm going to throw it down. I got the late night Saturday slot, so it might get a little weird in there.
Yeah, you got the prime stuff. People will be liquored up, and money's loose, and they're ready to buy.
I might get liquored up myself.
We all will be probably.
I don't drink until the day after work, so I can't drink till Sunday, but whatever. I'll watch everyone else have fun Saturday.
There you go.
I can't drink Sunday. You guys are working us like a dog. We're doing the professional close-up experience. This I really appreciate, because so often these days they put the close-up on the big screen, which is fair at best. You guys are going to have us working like dogs, right? Working the 4 or 5 room rotation.
Oh yeah, you know what's funny is because I worked at Magic Island. No kidding, I would do sometimes as many as 30 close-up shows a night.
Oh, no baby! Kidding. How many minutes?
15-minute shows.
30.
Yes, we would start at 7:00 p.m., go to 1 a.m., and basically they would put me in the room. Cocktail waiters come in, take the orders. As soon as drinks were served, doors closed, start the show. As soon as I'm done, they open the door. I go back and reset, come back out, and start the process over till 1 o'clock in the morning. And so when I'd go to the Magic Castle and you do 3 shows, I'm like,
you're like, what? This is like a vacation. I only got to do 7.
Yes. But at the same time, being early in my career, I got to test out material and work it in, and it was just great. You make those subtle changes, and it allows you to get better in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah, I'm hearkening back to my days as a pitchman in the mall where it was very much like that. I would do
Yes.
30, 15-minute demonstrations a day, and I can relate, and boy,
Oh yeah.
that was work.
Right.
That was work.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go
Hey,
down these tabs here and get a little more organized. I'm just poking around here. Registration, it's not cheap, right? This convention is $300 if you want to do everything, but look, you get a lot. It's a ton of stuff. And if you
12
don't want to
lectures.
do the full thing, look at these options. You can do the limited registration. Maybe is this for spouses or
That's for spouses, yes.
family members?
So,
There is a youth option.
yes. So if you're under, I think it's 18, you get a discounted rate. And I mean, we got 12 lectures. There's I don't know, 5, 6 shows. Then plus close-up performances. There's late night events. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, so check out the schedule. And I mean, we really are jam-packed.
Where is this thing? It's at the Hilton Post Oak by the Galleria.
It's
This
at
looks
the
like a
Hilton
great
Post Oak.
convention.
It's a great location. And I will tell you this is not our first choice. Our first choice was going to be in the Woodlands, the suburb of Houston. And we had the perfect hotel within walking distance of all these restaurants and nightlife and everything. The problem was they were remodeling. So our second choice was the Hilton on Post Oak, which if you're familiar with Houston, it's the Galleria area. So you're thinking, oh, it's going to be expensive. Well, it kind of is, but I think the rooms are $135 a night, and we got the parking for only $10. And normally it's like $40 parking and a couple of $100 a night for a room. So we got a really
that's
great
reasonable.
price.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're paying La Quinta prices. We really are. And right next door is Maggiano's. There's a trolley outside.
This is the eating in the area.
Yes, I mean you're right in the heart of the gallery area. There's a trolley for like $2. Will take you up and down Post Oak, which is filled of restaurants and
that sounds
shopping
great.
places. So you want to bring your spouse, they can go shopping if they're bored with the magic, and then I guess that limits your dealing.
That'll be my wife.
Dealer room. Yeah. So there's a lot of things to do, and it's a great area, great location. But of course, with a schedule of 9 to 1, there's plenty to do at the hotel.
The magicians will have no lack of things to do. That's for sure. Like I'm going to bring an extra 8-pack of Red Bulls to this thing.
Yeah.
All right. We got some great talent here. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Let's talk a little bit about the contest. This is story time for Doug Kahn. I entered the TAOM contest. It was my one and only contest I entered back in what must have been, I don't know, 92. I don't know. I opened with sleeving. Let me just I'll give you a visual here. I had a jacket with a copper silver coin in this sleeve and a purse in this sleeve. I'm going to produce the copper silver twice, and then I produce the purse as though everything's inside it. But when you knock the chair over and bend down to pick up the chair and everything falls out of your sleeve, none of that happens. And I don't remember what went wrong in the second room, but whatever it did scarred me for life from magic competition. So that's my magic contest stories. Horrible failure. But the Texas Association of Magicians Convention, in my opinion, is one of the more important ones in the country. There are contests that happen around, magic competitions, but I think this is one of the more important ones. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And I now I don't want to tell my story. I've competed 3 times.
3 times. How'd that go for you?
I won the first time.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave now. We're going to start talking about tricks. I'm going to call Scott Robinson and just talk about his convention.
There we go. But hey, the good news is
right out of the gate, you won.
Right out of the gate, I won. But the next 2
did you compete after 28 years of rehearsal time working at Magic Island?
Right.
All that.
Well, I lost
fair.
to Cody Fisher out of Texas.
Yeah,
and I lost to Marcus Eddy. I don't know if you know Marcus Eddy, who's helping Danny Garcia.
These are the quality, this is the quality contestants you get.
Yes. Also, in my defense, I went over time in those two contests, and I was disqualified.
They hate that.
So other than that, it would have been really close, is what the judges told me. So, but I
Is
went
it still
overtime and I was
possible
disqualified.
if someone was interested to enter this contest? And there is a close up and a stage.
It is too late, unfortunately. The cutoff date was yesterday, the 15th.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean you should be, contests make you focused. It makes you have a goal. And I can't really say too much, but I've been helping a friend on some kind of TV stuff. And he got very focused, and we had a common goal, and we've achieved it. That's all I can talk about right now at this point.
This is the key to success, right? Short, attainable goals. I tell that to people all the time. And yeah, you're right. And we were talking a little bit before the show about, giving people the benefits of these conventions. And this is certainly one of them. If you're an aspiring magician and you put your sights on a contest, and even if you knock the chairs over in the thing, you have had that experience of focusing your energy, and you're bettering your act. And I'm sure I'm a better magician for it. And even maybe not spending time on magic contests so much.
Well, Doug, how long have you been in the business?
I started as a professional right out of high school. I auditioned at an amusement park, and right out of the gate, I was traveling to Carowinds Amusement Park as an atmosphere performer. And then I became a street performer right after that. So
you started roughly around at 17, 18, and I started around 20.
How old are you?
I'm 57. Actually, I'll be 57 in a week or two. The 29th coming up.
Spring chicken, as I call it. We're in the same ballpark, and it sounds like we've had about the same kind of longevity in this crazy business. Wish I could have spent some of mine at Magic Island, though. Oh man, I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah, that was a bonus. It really was.
We almost had one open in New Orleans. We had some guy build this place out and do test runs, and he never got a liquor license, so he never opened the doors. But we were so close. I spent a couple months on the project at the Mystere Mansion. But let's not talk about that. Let's keep talking about other reasons people might want to go to a magic convention. We should mention the dealers. This is where magic manufacturers and companies will showcase their wares in the dealer's room. And you guys got some good ones. Will you be there? Are you going to set up a dealer's booth?
I am not going to have a dealer's booth. And the reason being is, being the convention chairman, my job pretty much is like a project manager. We have a person in charge of a talent. We have a person in charge of the hotel, person in charge of registration. My job is to make sure they all come together. And when there's problems, I will work with them to get it resolved. So I'm the problem, the fire footer on her.
You're going to be so busy.
I am going to be very busy. Yes.
Yeah. But you guys got a good crew. I looked at the list earlier. It's nice to see things happening, because even on like the national convention level, like I'm hopping around this website. Look how well planned and organized this thing is, and dealing with you guys behind the scenes. Like I said yesterday, you're checking with me about the hotel, and it's been a pleasure dealing with the Texas Association of Magicians. And this thing's been going on a while, right? How long is this convention?
Quite some time. I think it's over 100 years, or coming up on 100 years. And I was president the last time it was in Houston. And boy, talk about a lot of hard work and effort we put into that. Danny Garcia has been president, Scott Wells, Trixie Bond. I think Trixie's been president of Austin and Houston, maybe. And I mean, it's been quite a number of people, and it's a hard work, but it's fun.
Look, there's some great magic in Texas, and they all come to this convention. And if anyone's on the fence about having a good time at a convention, let me tell you, it's a good time. I've been to enough of these to know. And I was watching. Was it Harry's? I had a good time going through all these videos, and it's just like, these are my people. These are my friends. Some of them I haven't met, but I look forward to meeting them. And we talked a little. You were asking me about like who I was excited to see. I'm going to play a couple of these videos if you're cool with that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm a magic geek. I like a good illusion show as much as I like a good prestidigitation show, and I'm happy to see one on the bill.
A world of magic in Texas. Texas Association of Magicians.
Disclaimer, the jingle wasn't me.
What's that?
As a disclaimer, the jingle was not me.
I love the jingle first time, but every one of these videos opens with the jingle. We'll be skipping that for the next.
I'm just warning you. So.
Oh, hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Let's see what Rob Lake has to say.
Hey, magicians, Rob Lake here. I'm so excited to be performing for you at TAOM this Labor Day weekend. This was one of the very first conventions I went to when I was younger, so it means a lot that I get to perform here for the very first time. I'm going to bring some of my favorite illusions to perform for you. It'll be an amazing, magical time. I'll see you there.
The sizzle reel is so hot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, if Rob Lake just does the egg bag, I'm gonna be pissed.
He's gonna do the vanishing dime.
TAOM.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing some of those things.
I will say we're not in true theater, so there's some of the things he will not be able to do, but he is coming with the big stuff.
Fantastic. Look, it's hard work to bring those things around anywhere, right? And I get that you're not going to maybe fly in the hotel ballroom, but or vanish the motorcycle in the hotel ballroom. But yeah, see,
well,
I
don't know about the motorcycle, but yeah, for sure not flying. I don't think
any illusion work these days. Thumbs up. It's becoming a forgotten art. And what is Chip Romero doing? He didn't have a video, and I don't know that I saw, but Chip's an illusionist and a great one. And what's he doing?
Well, let me tell you, normally we have a night called a bizarre magic show night where we have storytelling bizarre magic. And I thought, and I was at Chip's house, who lives in Lake Charles, and he showed
so nice there, right? Oh, baby, is it nice?
It's like Copperfield #2 warehouse.
So good.
It really is.
We shouldn't talk about it. Let's not talk.
I shouldn't even said Lake Charles because it's kind of in a way.
Now Chip has to move. He should move anyway. It's Lake Charles. Come on, Chip.
He has moved.
Why are you going to keep all? I was there. I was like, no one's going to see these things. He's like, yeah, they will. They'll just have to come to my house.
And that's what we do. I'm only an hour and a half away, so I've been quite a bit and recently. But anyway, he showed me this antique dollhouse that has basically this spook show built into it. And he started telling me the history of it. And I said, whoa. I don't want to hear any more. And he was like, what? And I said, no, I want you to bring that to TAOM and do the whole bizarre show. And this will be great because it's spooky bizarre. And he can tell us the history behind it. I mean, and you could do whatever you want performance-wise. So he's going to do a tribute performance to Doug Henning, of course, and show us his dollhouse and that whole bizarre, spooky aspect of it.
Yay.
And the history performance. So if you're a history buff, if you're a Doug Henning buff, if you like bizarre magic, which should hit everybody on all that, you got to see his lecture performance.
And then you run into Chip Romero in the lobby and you milk him for his 30 years of professional performing experience.
Yes.
You learn something.
Here's another thing. This is going to be a small convention. We used to have 800 people. We're going to have probably just over 200 people at this convention. It's going to be nice, intimate. You'll get to really spend a lot of time with the performers.
That is actually, it's interesting that the numbers are that low because this should be higher. I didn't realize it was that low because but what a great value for the attendees because they will get that quality time with the professionals and whatever they want to do. Sad for the money side of the organization, but great for the people who choose to make this pilgrimage.
Yeah, yes and no. We're a pretty big club, so we have we're in a pretty good financial situation.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, you guys
can accommodate it. Yeah,
you can weather the storm. It's the TAO.
We are going to have a storm, but we're prepared.
Yeah. All right. So who else we going to see? Christopher Carter. I was real happy to see Steve Valentine and what he's going to talk about. I listened to this once. I want to listen to it again, and this is mainly for me. But let's.
Oh, hi, Steve Valentine here. You may know me from this video that you're watching right
TV,
now.
movies.
I just want to let you know that I'm thrilled. I'm going to be taking part in the TAOM convention this year, September 1st in Houston. I'm going to be doing something really special and magical in the gala show, including my chocolate box routine. I'll be doing the Midnight Madness, and I'm going to be doing my first lecture in a while, actually. And this is going to be based on Magic on the Go, which is my online magic tutorial site that's been going for the last 6 years and now has over 900 videos. And so I'm going to talk about kind of what I've learned from creating content consistently for the last 6 years for the site, but also my favorite tricks, my favorite techniques, and the new things that have come out of that. So it's going to be a lot of magic packed into that lecture. And anyway, we'll do a Q&A and just come and say hi, and we'll have fun. And most of all, I'm very excited about partaking in some true Southern cuisine.
Yeah, y'all.
So I'll see you there. All right, come say hi. See you soon. Bye.
I truly
I'm
feel
excited
like,
about meeting Steve. I've never met him.
no doubt, like a high-end pro. But when I watched this video and heard what he was going to lecture on, I was like, oh, this was manifested for me. I'm very much interested in developing a course at this current position in my life where I would offer students a membership at a website to learn curriculum, and maybe it won't be 900 videos. What? 900 videos?
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I looked at the site. It's a premium site. It's not a cheap deal. And
Yep.
I can't wait to learn about what he's doing. I can't wait.
Now, Doug, like you mentioned, you and I are pretty close in age and background and all that good stuff. And even at me being 57 years old, I love learning. I am always reading. I'm always practicing something new and tweaking something. And of course, my show that I perform doesn't change a whole lot, but right now I'm working on some new stuff that I'm adding the music and everything. So I'm a lifelong learner.
It's so nice that magic gives that, even to us older guys, and even guys older than us. And you can do it till you die. Look at Di Vernon. He's doing it in his 90s,
Right.
It's one of the great things about magic. I wanted to look at one more video because maybe of all these wonderful talents that are going to be here, I'm no more excited than to see. What am I trying to say? Can't wait to see Mario. Let's hear what he has to say. No jingle.
Mario the Maker Magician here. I am so excited to come out to TAOM in September. It's been a couple of years, guys, and I might possibly be bringing my whole public show for the first time doing a lecture. New robots. This is 1054. This is my newest inflatable programmable robot. Actually, I'll show you something real quick. He's programmed to follow objects. So right now I'm programming him to follow a red clown nose. So if you notice, he can actually follow the red clown nose in real time. And this is for when I do live shows, so kids can actually interact with the robot in real time. I can't wait to see you all, and see you in September. That was not supposed to happen. I'll see you in September.
TAOM.
That jingle is going to be stuck in my head now.
Oh, man. I'm just going to go listen to it after the show, to be honest. I'm just going to put it on a loop.
Now,
wow.
Now Mario to me is the, in my opinion, the #1 family entertainer on the planet, in my opinion. I mean, guy's just incredible.
I wouldn't argue that. I've watched this guy from afar for a few years. Can't wait to shake his hand and hear what he has to say. He's got an interesting point of view, right? He's not beating everyone else's drum. He's doing his own thing. And I love the fact that he's traveled the country with his family in an Airstream. He's like, come on, y'all, we're hitting the road and going to go do magic tricks. And as we speak, he's in Edinburgh in Scotland doing the Fringe Festival, packing the house. And I can't wait to talk to him about that experience as well, because, yeah, I'm interested. So, really, I'm thinking that's like, it could be just Mario. It's like this. I come to the TAOM, Mario's here, and that's your value. That's enough.
Well, we're getting a really super bonus because Mario's going to perform his full family show. So what's going to happen is we'll have lay audience sitting in the front. Then we will sit behind them. We're going to watch his full performance. And then the next day, he's going to lecture about what he did and why he did it, and the psychology and the methods. So we will get to watch and then later on learn. And he's such an inspiration. I'm a family entertainer. And when I get in tough situations, you're out in the sun, they're putting you outside, whatever the case may be, I enter channel and I think, what would Mario do? And Mario inspires me to be better. He really does.
I can't wait to be inspired.
Oh,
I'm ready.
his wife, Katie,
Yeah.
does all the marketing for Mario. And she's going to lecture about marketing and travel. So we will have a little bit of everything.
All right. I'm bringing my wife to that lecture. She normally doesn't go to these, but I'm sitting her down.
Yeah. It's
Trying
gonna
to
be
talk
great.
her into the RV. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to do a Mario and just get it.
Well, so we have traditional magic. We've got people like you. We have comedy magic with Michael Finney. We have mentalism with Chris Carter, who's fantastic. And by the way, he was my influence on the entertainment side. Hey, let's get Chris Carter, and we got him. So I'm excited.
Like, I know the information he's going to deliver is going to be super important, and I will be there for everything he does for sure.
Yeah, we got Chad Long, and Chad Long,
baby. Chad Long's going to be there.
You get so caught up in his antics that you forget how skilled a performer he is. He's like David Williamson.
Benjamin Buttons of magic himself, Chad Long.
Yes.
Dude, he's one of my favorite magicians, people. I've crossed paths with Chad for, as long as you have, and Chad's just, he'll be at in the lobby at 1 a.m. telling the young kids
Holding
how to
court,
do it right. And so on,
many years ago, probably about 5-6 years prior to COVID, I was at a convention, Mindvention in Las Vegas. Sitting at the bar, there was some food on the table, and Chad comes and joins us. Hey, do you mind? No, come have a seat. And he goes, oh, do you mind if I have any of those? And it was like fries or fried pickles or whatever. He grabs them, starts eating them, and he goes, oh, who bought those? I want to chip in. I said, oh, I don't know. They were there when we got here. He just spit them out of his mouth. It was hilarious. I had bought them, but it was funny. It was just the timing.
Last time I'm at a restaurant with Chad, which at a magic convention, of course. At the restaurant, he ends up in the kitchen doing magic tricks for the staff.
I believe
Chad Long is just the lover of magic, and what a joy for him to be around anyone who loves magic. You hear the kitchen screaming because Chad Long's working it.
Right. Yeah, he comes up with some crazy bits. We have a show called Midnight Madness, and that's just basically a wild show that's unplanned. Basically, we ask some of the attendees and headliners to do one trick, and they do something fun, and it's late at night when we're all liquored up and lack of sleep, and we just have a blast. And there you go. I bet we'll see something from Mr. Khan on that show.
All right, I'll bring the weird stuff. You talked me into it.
There we go.
All right. Well, did we miss anything? The public can go see some of those shows. Did we mention that? I wanted to make sure that people know they can buy these tickets and go see some of the shows. Visit the website, click on the things, and if you're not going to come to the
Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows the evening are open to the public, and so is Saturday afternoon show with Mario.
Links. Saturday public show. What's a ticket?
Yeah, so we'll have public show tickets. I haven't put the graphics up yet to mark it on who it is, and that's going to go up by tomorrow, so you'll know who it's going to be.
Look,
yeah,
if you're in the Houston area,
tickets, the VIP are right up front, and the general admission are behind the attendees to the convention.
And the Mario show is 2:00 September 2nd. If you got a family and you're in the Houston area, like Jamie said, this guy's the best in the world at family entertainment, maybe, but certainly
we might have to expand to the universe.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got his radar set in that direction. All right, cool. So okay, hotel, talent, contest, dealer, schedule. I think we covered everything. It's going to be a blast, right?
Hey, what are you going to do for us, Doug? I know you're doing the professional close-up and you're lecturing, right?
I am. Yes.
So I want to hear more about it.
My lecture a few years ago was more focused on my creative close-up magic. You know, I've published a bunch of stuff, books and videos and DVDs. And so I used to lecture on that mostly. And as I did this, I would integrate some of my street performing lecture. I realized people like that. So the street performing became a little more of the lecture than the intricate sleight of hand. And then over the pandemic, I kind of pivoted to social media where I found a bunch of eyeballs, which is why we're talking today. And nowadays, I think people are mostly interested in what I'm doing in these areas with the short form videos and this kind of rigmarole. So I talk about all that, but just a little bit of each. So you'll learn close up original magic, and we'll talk a little bit about street performing and social media magic. And I guess I'm getting weird on the Midnight Madness show. I can do that too. I've got experience in the weirdness.
You know, I would encourage everybody that even if something is not your cup of tea normally, go to it, because you may learn something that you never thought of. I mean, same thing for me at Magic Live. I went to a couple of lectures that were, let's just go see what this is about. And I was like, oh, that's great. So you learn all kinds of great stuff. You just never know where your inspiration is going to come from.
This is it. I mean, magic conventions are definitely one of the most important ways a magician can grow. You make the contacts, you learn at the lectures, you get to be inspired by the performers. So just, it's a win-win-win-win,
Yeah, makes me go home and say, I got to up my game. I got to make my show better.
Right? Yes.
And you do.
Okay, then. I think we're done. I'd like to keep this thing 30, 45 minutes. We're in that ballpark. Maybe if there is questions, we could give the viewers that are watching an opportunity if they have anything they want to ask. Matthew Mosley wants Chad Long at Winter Carnival. We all want Chad Long everywhere, Matthew. I'm going to ask him if he'll just come live with me.
There you go. Hey, Doug, I do want to mention the online shop that I have in the Facebook group, if you don't mind.
Do tell. I think I did link this in the description, first of all.
Yeah, I do. I do have an online shop, and it's not a big deal, but here's what's different about me. I don't sell everything. I sell stuff that I like or I perform. So it's kind of vetted magic. So if I don't like something like this, I will not sell it to you. If I like it, it'll be on the site, and if I can get it. But I have a Facebook group. It's called Choice Magic. Basically, because that's the name of the shop, but that's where I share more information because it is private. It's not public like YouTube, like we're on. So I can show you a little bit more behind the scenes, and you can decide, hey, is this product right for you? So I've had a lot of people say, hey, thanks, you've talked me out of buying this. And as a dealer, you kind of think, oh, that's not a good thing. But in the long term, they're more apt to buy from you because I'm telling them what they're getting and what type of performance.
In this day and age where there's new products released by 3 or 4 major companies every week, it's important to have this kind of information, in my opinion, unless you're just super wealthy, because you won't be if you keep buying every new magic release without proper vetting. So thank you for your service.
Yeah. So anyway, that's about it. So I appreciate it. If you want to join, check it out.
Yeah, y'all go check out his jam. And I'm going to ask you to hang around just for a minute. I'll say bye to you backstage after I sign off this thing, and then I'll be happy to see you in a couple of weeks in Houston, Texas, buddy.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, kindred spirits, thank you for hanging out, and thanks again to Jamie Salinas for this quality time. It's really been a joy. Why don't I do more of these sessions? What a good time we had. And I hope to see some of you in Texas. And if you do have any questions about this event, feel free to leave them in the comment section of the video, and I'll catch you there post-stream. But hey, that's going to be a ciao for now. And thanks again, Jamie. Au revoir.
All right. Have a great one.